We are moving on to topic 13 today, and our first lesson in topic 13 is on solids. On solids. So before we get started, I think we need to do a quick review. Now, for those of you who are listening and watching, this isn't going to be quite helpful for you, though I will point to pictures of items that I'm holding up in class. I'm holding up this item right here, this shape. Who can tell me what this shape is? Nope. It's a cube. That's right. It's a three-dimensional figure. How about this one? Darius? A rectangular prism. Do you know what this one is? Aiden? Well, with a yawn, triangular prism is correct. How about this one? What do you think? Well, a flat shape is a hexagon. What would this be called then? No? Yes, a hexagonal prism. Awesome. How about these figures in my hand? Do you know what these figures are? Aaron? These are not prisms. These are pyramids. This one is a triangular prism, and this one is a prism. Excuse me, pyramid. How about this guy? Good. How about this one? And finally, okay, just to clarify, not a spear, a sphere. Okay. All right, let's move on. So what is a solid figure? That is our question. Our learning target today is we are going to learn to identify shapes based on their faces, based on their edges, and based on their vertices. Okay, Alexis, got it? All right. A solid figure has 3 dimensions, so it doesn't lay flat. It takes up space. One solid is a cube, like I have in my hand. It has 6 flat surfaces. We call those flat surfaces faces. Kiara, we call these faces. All of the faces in a cube are squares. They're all exactly the same, Brendan and Alan. In this picture on my smartboard, you can only see 3 of the faces. So it's sometimes difficult when you see a picture on a piece of paper to really know how many dimensions or how many sides this has. Now in this case today, if you need to, you can get up during your assignment or later as we practice, and you can take a hold of one of these shapes and you can touch them, Brendan, if that will help you. All right? What objects do you know in the real world that are cubes?
A box.
Boxes, sure. Ice cubes can be cubes. Drawers, okay. Will? Maybe cabinets or desks. Do any of you ever have people in your house that maybe drink coffee and they put little cubes of sugar? Yeah, those are the same thing, cubes as well. Okay, so we have number cubes or dice. We have sugar cubes and some ice cubes. Those are just some examples. Now, in a cube, where two faces meet each other, this is called an edge. To you, it probably looks like a line, but we call those edges. How would you describe the lengths of all the edges in a cube? They're the same. Every single edge is the same. If you measured them, they would be the same. The intersection of an edge, so where 2 edges meet right here, this is called a vertex. Brendan, I need your eyes and ears up here, okay? Can you put that down? Where two edges meet, this right here is called a vertex. Okay? Here's another one. Here's another and another. The plural of vertex is called vertices. So if you hear that word, it just means the same thing. How many vertexes do you think a cube has? Dathan? 8 of them. 8 of them. How many edges does a cube have? Okay, we see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. And then 12 is correct. Good work. I know those of you at home can't see the shape I have in my hand, but okay, so now we have a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is a little bit different than a cube. How is it different? Aiden?
It's basically just a stretched cube.
It is a stretched out cube. And when you say that, that means that you don't just have square faces. Now you have 2 square faces, but the other faces are what? Rectangles. So you have 2 different types of faces. That's correct. A brick, a stick of butter. Those are examples of rectangular prisms. Can you think of anything else? Look around my room. Brendan? A tablet.
The Kleenex box.
Definitely.
Those
Cabinets. Uh-huh.
The dumb board.
The smart board, you bet. Now, even though a piece of paper looks like it's flat, it actually has a little teeny bit of thickness. Otherwise, we wouldn't even see it there. Even that's a rectangular prism. Right, we talked about how cubes and rectangular prisms are different. How many vertexes do you see on a rectangular prism? Aaron? 8. How many edges are there? Sky?
8.
Okay, so we have 4 here, right? And 4 here. But we have to count. Here's an edge. So how many? How many do you see here? How many more? Yep. 9. 12 is correct. Good work. Now let's look at our triangular prism. How is this different from a rectangular one? Cole?
Triangle.
Well, yeah, but look, this has a rectangular face.
Well, I like the sides are triangle.
Okay, so we have 2 faces that are triangles. And how many faces are rectangles? That's right. Let's think about the vertexes. How many vertexes are in this shape? Natasha? I'm touching 3 of them. There would be 6. These 3 as well. You can see them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, sometimes when they draw shapes, they try really hard and do a good job of making them look like they are see-through, and that's certainly helpful. How many total faces are in this shape? Sam? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many edges? Will? Okay, 3, 3, 7, 8, 9. That's right. Okay. How many more vertexes are there in the cube than the triangular prism? Well, let's count how many are in the cube. Darius? There's 8. How many are in the triangular prism? Sarah? There's 3. Yep, there's 6. How many more are in the cube than the triangular prism? Darius? How did you do that? You subtracted. That's right, you subtracted. Now, we hear that word all the time. How many more? It means subtract. So 2 is the correct answer. Now, this kid's making a rectangular prism out of a piece of wood in shop class, and he wants to paint every single face a different color. So how many colors will he need for that? Alexa says 6 different colors. Is that right? 6 different colors? Absolutely. Which of these solid figures has no curved surfaces? Kaylin? Cones? Okay, let's grab one. Say it again. D. Prisms. That's right. Prism, prism, prism. No curves. No curves at all in prisms. What type of a solid figure is this? Aiden, what do you think?
A triangular pyramid?
Why do you call it a triangular pyramid?
Oh, triangular prism.
It's not triangular because the first word that we use to name it is the name of its base.
Oh,
So it's a,
rectangle.
yeah, a rectangular. Even if that was a square, we would still call it a rectangular pyramid. But it is a pyramid. You're right. It comes to a tip at the very top. So first, this kid is going to use a paintbrush, and he's going to go along the edges along the floor. Then he's going to go along the edges of the ceiling, and then the edges where the walls meet. And later he'll use a roller to paint the walls and the ceiling. So how many edges is Thomas going to paint? If this is a picture of his room right now, how many edges will he paint? Brendan? 8 of them? Let's see. Okay. So he's going to do 4 on the floor, right? 4 on the ceiling. That's 8 right there. 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's right. How many of you know how to draw a 3-dimensional prism on a piece of paper? Yeah? All right, good work.